Yo, what up? It's JSF, and we finally got a patch, man. We finally got the patch for Mortal Kombat 1, and I'm gonna talk about this like this is the first patch of the game, but it's not. There's already been, I think, two small patches that they've kind of just rolled out and didn't say much about, but this patch does have some patch notes and does state some of what they did and what the point of the patch was. And if you've been paying attention, right, if you've been looking at Ed Boon's tweets and NetherRealm's tweets and just what's going on with the game, the major game breaking issue that's been in this game is the player one advantage. And there was supposed to be a patch last week on Friday was the intended time for that patch to go out. It didn't go out that time, but it's finally out now. And there were two things that I remember, if I understand correctly, that Ed Boon said they would be addressing. And the first one was the player one advantage glitch, and the second one was being able to, the way I understood it, I could be wrong, but this is the way I interpreted it. Being able to call an ambush cameo and press a button at the same time. You can't do it in the game. So I was under the impression that they fixed that, but I'm at this point, as you can see, right, if you press a button in a cameo slightly off, it'll happen, right? But if you hit them on the exact same frame, no button will come out. I'm assuming that it's an aesthetic choice and a design choice at this point, which I definitely disagree with because you still can't do it, obviously, right? So that's one thing I thought they were going to fix, and they didn't fix, so I'm assuming this is never going to get fixed. The other thing, the player one advantage glitch, which is why I have Sub-Zero on the screen. I don't play Sub-Zero, but I did see this combo being used as the example a lot. Let's have him not block. Right? So that's the combo that typically didn't work before, right? That's it on player one side. I just messed it up the first time. Because again, I don't play this character. Boom, and there's the combo working on player two side. I'm sure there are other combos that were affected by this that you can test, like the one with Katana and Jax that was shown off in the original video, but I'm not gonna go over like a ton of examples. I just wanted to show that it does seem like the player one advantage issue was addressed and fixed in this patch, and thank God, because I'm pretty sure it happened to me in a ranked match and I don't play Sub-Zero. I do want to show the patch notes really quickly. So in case you guys had any more questions about what specifically got addressed in the patch, Moveless Corrections, it says localization fixes. I don't know what the hell that is. Fix an issue. Here's the player one advantage thing that could cause player two to push their opponent away further during certain combo sequences. That's the player one advantage thing. This, I guess, is what they meant by the cameo and a button thing, but I don't understand it. It says fix an issue that could have caused buffered combo attack strings and buffered 2-in-1 canceled non-enhanced special moves to not be performed if a cameo ambush attack that can be canceled or branched from was executed with specific timing. This sounds like a whole lot of bullshit, and I thought the issue was just pressing a cameo, an ambush cameo and a button at the same time, or special move at the same time, which, I mean, they didn't fix it, so I don't know what that's about, right? Again, like I don't know, like with special moves and ambush cameos, like I don't see anything happening. So I don't know what that's addressing. Maybe y'all can let me know, leave some comments. Like and subscribe if y'all enjoy the content, by the way. And check out my clips channel. I've uploaded a lot of shit there. But yeah, I don't know what that's specifically referring to. And then there's just character specific adjustments. So one thing I did notice in these character specific adjustments, it does seem like they got rid of the infinites or the unblockables, right? Like Mimic, Ice Clone, and Ice Ball will no longer be repeated by an opponent hit by time stop. So basically with Shujinko against Gearus, I think you could do like you could steal his time stop, and then you could do a freeze with like Sub-Zero or something, and then just repeat it over and over again, because the game, just the way the game read it, it was basically an infinite. So they seem to got rid of that. And then this Jax ground pound is now a higher priority when it and his partner's attacks hit on the same frame. To me, this reads as they're getting rid of the guaranteed Jax unblockable shit. Like, that's what it reads as to me. I don't know 100% for sure, but that's exactly what that looks like. And then the same thing with Goro, right? Goro Stomp is now higher priority. So it seems like they don't want you to unblockable people to death or infinite people to death, which, I mean, I'm totally on board with. That's totally fine. It's cool that they are addressing some of the shit that's incredibly broken. And then in this stuff, it says a lot of things can now be high parried. I don't know if this is like referring to Reiko's parry, because a lot of these, it's at this point it's just parrying shit, right? That's all it is. All these moves can now be high parried, and I'm like, could you not high parry them before? Like, that part, I'm not even gonna cap. I have no idea what the hell that's talking about. I guess I can pick Reiko and just test it. One of the moves that I seen it say was Tanya's drill kick can now be high parried. So let's test that, because I know Reiko's got what I believe to be a high parry. It's the only one I can think of in the game. I was thinking like flawless block maybe it's referring to, but I feel like they would call it flawless block directly, right? Like why would they call it a high parry? That would be pretty weird. So we'll just briefly set Tanya to wake up drill kick. Yeah, and how you do Reiko's parry? Boom. Yeah, I can parry it. I guess it's referring to this. Maybe he couldn't parry moves like this before. I don't even know any other character that has a parry. Well, Johnny Cage has a parry, but I guess that's all that's referring to. So yeah, that's pretty much all for the patch notes, what happened in the patch. One thing I do want to point out that's not in the patch notes because it didn't happen is there are no balance changes. And I think that's fucking insane. Like, there are no balance changes at all. And I don't even mean balance changes in a sense of just like flat out buffing and nerfing a character. I mean addressing moves that seem to have no purpose. Like Reptile's EX Invisibility. I still don't know what the hell the point of that move is. Like, there's certain moves in the game that either I don't understand why you would use them, why you would spend meter on them, or moves that just seem really, really, really punishable and I don't know why. Like Scorpion's Hellfire, right? It has a fuck ton of recovery on block and on whiff, but it also has a fuck ton of startup, and it doesn't do a lot of damage. You can't combo off of it, so it's like the risk reward is massively skewed in another direction. I'm not saying make his Hellfire spammable, right? Because it's a low projectile that tracks, but it's really, really, really bad. Like, and that's just an example I'm using because it's off the top of my head, but there are a lot of moves in this game that just, I think they should be tweaked. Like, they don't seem like they looked at them for long enough. So something that if you guys are wondering, were there any balance changes, did anybody get buffed or nerfed? They have listed no balance changes. I don't believe there to be any balance changes. And yeah, that is the patch. Other than if there's any other general things, yeah, no, I went through the general things. They didn't touch invasions mode. They didn't make it so you can gain experience faster, any type of shit like that. So take it for what you will. Hopefully there's another patch within a month that does a massive overhaul patch, like that addresses all the issues with the game, but at least the game is playable now. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. I just made this to talk about this goofy ass little patch. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Y'all stay safe. JSF, I'm outie. Peace.